Alright, so today we're going to do the coolant ball, along with upgrading some of the flanges with aluminum ones instead of the brittle plastic ones. This video is just going to be more so documenting how I'm shaving the bay on this and doing how I'm doing it and where each piece goes. But if you want a more in-depth video on this, I'd recommend the person's video that I watched on it. Another small channel, name is Hunter Jensen, Jensen. He posted a simple, to the point, 5-minute video. It was very concise, very informative. That's the video you want to watch if you're looking at this video to learn how to do it. You want to just see the build process of my car and the project we're doing, then stick around. So first things first, the most simple area is just removing the coolant ball. So it's really just 2 Phillips screws, that one and that one. And then you're just gonna obviously want to take off the hose there. That's about it for that. I lied. There's also that hose there on the bottom. Obviously there needs to be 2. So top and that, just take a needle nose, pull those hose clamps back and just muscle those off. So alright, so coolant ball's out of the way. Next I'm going to do this one next, replacing this piece. And what you're going to have to do is, you can see this hose was what was going to the coolant ball at the bottom. So you're just going to have to cap that off. You're going to have to cap this one off. And this is going to go back on this line into this line. So I'll get these hose clamps out of the way and get this replaced, show you what it looks like. Alright, so now that that's out, got that in, you can also remove this line here that goes to the hard line right there, because obviously it went back to the coolant ball. You're not going to need that. So far these are gone. Now I did the timing belt and water pump last season, so while I was there I also did the thermostat housing, so you could see it in there. The thermostat housing, I replaced it with a ECS tuning aluminum one. Something to note for people who are doing it, you really, and it's a bitch to do, there's no choice, you have to remove this whole, all these vacuum lines. It's really not that big of a deal to remove, but the bigger problem is getting it to mate in there. You have almost no room because of the alternator. You really want to make sure that that's sealed, because we did everything. Whole timing job, tensioners, rollers, everything, water pump, and that housing, and I started the car and it was losing coolant because that wasn't sealed. Out of everything, that was the issue. So that thing is kind of a bitch to get to, so just keep that in mind. I already took the hoses off, like the hose clamps. I'm just gonna put them back on, but you see, like this one, the flange on the side with the coolant temp sensor, I don't think I'm going to do that one yet, because I think I'm going to wait until I delete the N249 and all the other emissions. This tank here, the SAI, and all these, that's the N249 down there, and all this other stuff. I'm going to wait, because this canister has to come out, and it would really free up a lot of room for me. So I'm going to wait, I think. It's really no rush. Alright guys, so I got my other hose. I finally got this on. I'm waiting for my vacuum caps. They'll be here later today, so I can cap this, and I can cap that right there. So I think I might have cut this end too short. I don't think it's going to reach when I put the radiator back in, but I did keep some extra section just in case, because that'll be long enough. So either way, I'm not going to know for a while, because I'm not going to put the front support back on for a little while longer. I have a lot more to do in this bay, and with it gone, it just makes my life a lot easier. Trying to not get overwhelmed now, because I want to get everything done, and I gotta kind of take a step back and just go one thing at a time. So for now, this is the coolant stage is done after I cap that off. Like I said, I'm going to leave this flange here until I decide to do the delete for all these lines, because this canister has to come out. It'll make my life easier with this hose gun to get to these bolts, so I'm just gonna wait on that. There's no rush. I just keep peeling back more layers of this car. It's like a smelly onion, you know, just finding little things like wiring that's, you know, starting to fray, exposed wiring, things like that. The next thing is just going to be to get rid of this tunnel here, and I'm going to drill a hole, circular hole, beyond this rain guard here, and kind of feed them down, probably through this frame. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll have a video on that when we get to it. Just the last thing before I forget, because I almost did, you're going to need an overflow tank. So something very simple like this from Amazon or whatever it can be. And I'm not going to mount this up yet because, like I said, I think that that's wrong, and I'm going to have to make it longer anyway. But yeah, you just take your line there to your line here, and you just figure out somewhere clean to mount this. You know, I'm not sure where mine's going to go. It might go down here somewhere. I don't know. But either way, that's what you need to finish this job off before you put coolant in it. Leave the cap off and try and get the air out, burp it, let the thermostat open, do all that. So that's it. Thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe if you would like to stay updated on this build process. This is the beginning of many. I have a couple of other things happening, like the battery relocation going to the trunk. I'm going to have a whole in-depth video on that. And AC is going to get removed, have the shorter belt on order for that as well. Relocating that, just kind of cleaning up the bay. So thank you. Have a good one.